Hey everyone, and welcome back to VitaFlex TV. We are here today with Jesse Grooves from Europa Sports. And before we get started, I would like to thank Jess for his time of coming here and talking to us. And I want him to explain a little bit about Europa Sports and to talk a little bit about himself too. What's up, Jesse?
How you doing?
Good, good. Can you tell us about Europa Sports?
Europa Sports is the leader in the supplement distribution game. They've been in business since 1990. We've strived in customer service, loyalty, and taking care of our customers. We currently have about 8 distribution centers across the country. So the key goal is to make sure that you get your product faster and more efficiently. In the country, you can get your products within 2 days. But that's kind of a background of what Europa Sports is. I currently work as an outside field rep for Europa Sports, and I cover the central northern Florida area. Service VitaFlex, which is one of my good accounts, and things are good.
Nice. And the reason why we have Jesse here today is to talk a little bit about the supplements that he uses and pretty much his stack, pre-workout, intra-workout, and post-workout. So I'm going to have him talk about all those supplements. And of course, we're going to start with the pre-workout.
Well, obviously, there's a lot of different options for people, especially in the pre-workout category. It's really exploded over the past few years. You've got the ultra concentrateds with the Jack 3D, the 1MR. You've got more of the performance products with the Super Pump Max, NO Explode, Assault, and things like that. The approach that I like to take, though, is I like to essentially take all the ingredients that are inside those pre-workouts and break them down and take them individually. The reason I do it that way is to make sure that I'm getting the proper dosages of everything. Most of these pre-workouts that you do take these days, it's a lot of the ingredients fall under a category and a term what I call a prop blend, which is a proprietary blend, meaning that on the label it doesn't list all the actual dosages of the ingredients. So you never truly know exactly what you're getting of everything. I mean, there's a certain amount of dosages of creatine and beta-alanine and arginine that your body needs to have an optimized workout. So the approach that I take is I actually take those ingredients and break them down individually and make my own stack. As you can see here, one of the ingredients is arginine. Arginine is a key ingredient for nitric oxide increasing in the body. What it does is actually brings blood flow to your muscles to give you what is called the pump in the gym, expanding the muscles, making them look more full.
And it's made by Nutra.
This company is specifically, it's NutriKey. There's a lot of different arginine powders out there. This is an arginine AKG, which is a very pure form. This is the one I do take. Another key ingredient in pre-workouts would be your creatine. This one is actually from a company called All American EFX. This is their Crealkaline Pro. Crealkaline is supposed to be a higher absorbed creatine with no side effects. You don't have to load on and off of it.
I have a question. I'm sorry to cut you. A lot of people are afraid to take creatine because they say it retains a lot of water. So what's your take on that? Is that like a difference between types of creatine? Some that does it, some that does not do it?
It's a lot of it's stereotype. From my knowledge and understanding, is that the ones that typically get a lot of water retention and bloat, it's because it's not a pure form of creatine. There's a lot of fillers added in there. So that's the nice thing about the Crealkaline creatine. It's pure creatine, and it's basically the concept behind the Crealkaline is the pH level. Once creatine, the way it works in the body is as soon as it hits the body, your pH level, what it does actually makes it have to pass through your intestinal tract, and you lose most of it, and the body reacts to it as waste. So what happens is that's what causes your stomach to be upset, and it's what causes the water retention. But if you're actually taking a very, very pure form, what it does, it actually bypasses those and goes straight into your bloodstream. It means you're not going to get the waste, you're not going to get the excess bloating, and that's what Crealkaline creatine is essentially formed to do. This version, actually, which I take, is called Crealkaline Pro. It's under the Flex Wheeler line. It's double dosed in a pill, so you're getting twice the amount in one pill, but you're also getting a little bit of green tea extract, which is going to help with the absorption of the creatine as well.
So, and is it girl friendly? Like women can take it?
Crealkaline creatine in general, I think any woman can take. Now, there's still going to be women that are afraid to take creatine. This company actually does have a female form. It's called Creaform. So that's one that I've actually, really suggested women to take. But that's the creatine. The next would be the beta-alanine. This one is actually from a company called Bentoncourt, but there's a lot of different companies that make beta-alanine. Beta-alanine is what makes your skin tingle. A lot of people that take pre-workouts feel that skin tingle. It almost feels like you've been outside rolling around the grass, and they freak out. But trust me, it's not a bad thing.
It happens to me all the time.
Exactly.
When I take especially the C4, the pre-workout, I always have the sensation while I'm at the gym, I'm freaking out like what's happening to me. But yeah, I guess it's normal, right?
Yeah, no, it's perfectly normal, and I mean that's essentially it's supposed to do that. And but what beta alanine is actually for is for endurance purposes. It helps buffer lactic acid. So over workouts that you're doing for 60 minutes or more, it helps stop the muscle fatigue, so you can actually work out for longer. Beta alanine is actually a really good ingredient that a lot of endurance athletes should be taking, cyclists, runners, and things like that. So that is a key ingredient in a pre-workout too. The next one's a little more scientific, I guess you could say, but it's also an NO product that I do stack with arginine. This is a product called Hemavol. It's from a company called iForce. But this one actually has 3 ingredients in it. This is non-stimulated, and the 3 ingredients are glycerol, citrulline malate, and agmatine. Agmatine sulfate is actually a new ingredient that a lot of companies are using in pre-workouts because what it is, it's a precursor to arginine itself. And by saying so, it means as a precursor, it's going to go straight into your bloodstream and not have to go through your intestinal tract, which a lot of times gets lost in waste. So this, stacked with arginine, actually helps increase your nitric oxide levels, and you will get a true pump out of this product. The final key ingredient of my pre-workout stack would be the branched chain aminos. A lot of people have questions about when to take branched chain aminos. I take them in the morning. I take them pre-workout.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do too. I take my BCA before. I actually do 2 before and 2 after workout.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's no bad time to take them. I mean, essentially what you're doing is it's good because you're stopping muscle breakdown.
But is it true that we have to take on an empty stomach, or it doesn't matter?
No, I mean, anything you take on an empty stomach is you're gonna get a little bit better absorption on, but I mean, you don't have to. It's not important to. But this one is from a company called Cellucor, a very big company. This is a brand new product. This is their BCAs. It actually does have other ingredients as well too. It's got a little bit of beta alanine as well as some citrulline malate, which is an NO product. So this is actually a really good one to take pre-workout. This is a really good product right here. That pretty much covers the pre-workout stack. So let's get a little bit into the intra-workout. Intra-workout's a little bit one I had to kind of play around with, especially with the carb source. But what the carb source is going to do, this is a product called Carbolin, also from All American EFX.
Yeah, and I want to talk a little bit about the carbolene too, because as most of you know, I'm trying to gain a little bit of weight for the competition next year. So I had a lot of people tell me to take the carbolene thing, and it's actually, he's going to talk a little bit better about it. But the one thing that I was doing wrong, I was taking the carbolene together with my protein after training, and then Jesse was the one who told me, don't do that because they're gonna fight for absorption. So now I'm doing the carbolene intra workout, and I'm sure that's the same thing you do.
And it took me a while too to realize that I was doing the same thing. I was taking with protein, and I was like, I'm not seeing the gains that I should. So when I switched it to intra workout, I saw huge increases. And essentially what the carbolene is going to do, this is a pure carb source. This is a fast acting carb. This is not like pasta. A lot of people think carbs and they freak out. Not with this one. This one is specifically for endurance athletes, for bodybuilders, to help gain muscle. And what this is doing, you take this intra-workout, it's going to restore your glycogen levels in your muscles because you're always
without spiking
your insulin levels. Correct. Very good. So taking that with what this product here is called Compete. This is actually it's a branched chain amino, but it also has some B6, B12, a little bit of citrulline malate, some L-carnitine. So what this is actually going to do is, once again, with the branched chain aminos, it's going to help stop that muscle breakdown. So taking that with the carbs, I'm going to be constantly refueling those muscles. No rest between sets. I mean, honestly, when I take these 2 products together into a workout, I feel like I work out for 2 hours.
Is it powder too? This one right here?
This one is a powder, correct. It comes in this is a 30 serving container. Same company that makes the Hemavol, which is a pre-workout. Great product. A lot of people have questions about it, but I've actually been telling a lot of people this has been an incredible stack.
So you actually mix them together?
The carbolin I take is unflavored. It comes in flavored versions as well too. I prefer unflavored because I can mix anything with it. And this flavor is fruit punch, so it does make it taste pretty good.
Yeah, I've been taking the orange carbolene, and I really like the taste. And I know that there's like strawberry.
Strawberry is probably one of the best selling flavored ones, but they do taste good by themselves, yes.
And does it have like sugar or anything because of the taste, or no?
No, there's no sugar. It's it's sweetened with sucralose on the ones that are flavored. But this is, like I said, this is completely natural, no flavor to it whatsoever, so you can mix it with pretty much anything. And lastly would be my post-workout. There's not much to my post-workout.
Let me grab it.
Oh, sorry. Basically what it consists of is ISO 100, which is a isolate protein. Isolate protein is going to be your cleanest, most fast-acting protein, the best kind you can probably take post-workout.
Rather than taking the ones that have
Yes.
carbs.
Yes. Well, the thing is, there's a lot of different proteins. You have whey, you have the blended proteins. The blended proteins are in place because you're going to get fast-acting, slow-acting, all the different forms. Because you want something to immediately go into your muscles right after your workout, the isolate is the best one because the absorption rate is much, much higher.
And this, in your opinion, is a good brand.
ISO 100 from Dymatize, I definitely recommend those.
Yeah,
They're all different ones.
I love. Yeah.
Isopure is a very popular one too, but I am a big fan of the ISO 100 from Dymatize. Also, too, you definitely want to make sure that you take a glutamine post-workout as well too. That is essentially just for the pure purpose of muscle recovery.
I also do this one, but the way I do it, I take 1 scoop before bed, because I do casein before bed. So I always mix 1 scoop of this with my casein, and then after workout.
Nice. I mean, like I said, obviously there's different companies that make glutamine. Labrada is a very well-known company. It's trustworthy, so that's definitely a really good one. And like I said, all these products that I take as a stack, they're the ones that I've kind of played around with and given me the best results. Sometimes you're going to have to tweak and throw some things in and out to figure out what's best for you. But this is over the span of 2 years since I've been with Europa. This is the stack that I feel has worked best for me and my body type.
Yeah, and it's important, like Jess is mentioning here, each body is different. So when I talk about supplements, especially on my page, I always like to emphasize that the ones that I'm taking are the ones that work good for me, but it doesn't mean that it's going to do good for other people, because bodies, and people have different goals as well.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I'm
Right.
trying to gain and some people are trying to lose weight. So it's important to observe before buying supplements. Like, what's your goal? What is exactly, what you're looking for, right?
Correct.
Fitness-wise.
Exactly. And one thing I want to leave with you guys too is very, very important, and she can vouch for this, is just that these are all just supplements, and you have to take it for what the term is. It's a supplement. This is not to be your entire nutrition diet. Everything that you need to get, you should strive for from pure food sources. This should just be the stuff that's going to take you to the next level. So.
Yeah, I always say that too, because people think when I post pictures of supplements, they go, "Oh, don't do that. You're gonna mess up with your body and everything." It's not that I just do that. I try to get my nutrients from food, from real food, and this is just to, as like the name says, a supplement. So it's good to let people know about that. It's very important. So thank you so much, Jess, for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming here and share with us what you take and your knowledge on supplements. It's really good because I know people have a lot of questions all the time about what to take and what each supplement does. So it's always good to have someone who understands and is passionate about the profession and fitness and everything else. So thank you so much again.
You're very welcome.
And I hope to see you here again at VitaFlex TV. And thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.